The basic objective of controls is to minimize risk. Internal controls are more specialized controls that are implemented by management of an entity and those charged with governance, such as the board of directors and audit committees. While internal controls are intended to also minimize risk, for example, by ensuring compliance with laws and regulations, they can also improve effectiveness and efficiency of an organization, as well as ensure consistent and trustworthy financial reporting. There are 5 components of internal controls. The first relates to the control environment of the entity. This is arguably one of the most important components. The control environment can be compared to the air that you breathe when you enter an organization. You cannot see the air, but it is all around you. You cannot touch the air, yet you would be affected by it with every breath you take. If the air smells clean and fresh, you would enjoy the air and be comfortable breathing. But if the air is foul, smoky, or simply stinks, you will know it and sense it and be uncomfortable with every breath you take. This is how the control environment of an organization is. It is an intangible presence that is all around you and affects everyone and everything within the organization. It is what auditors would describe as pervasive. So how is a control environment set, and why is it important for controls? The control environment is set by management of the entity and those charged with governance. It is extremely important because the tone which is set by management is like a drop of color that is added to water. The water which would represent the organization would eventually change to the color added. Accordingly, the tone at the top filters down and affects the behavior, attitudes, and actions of all staff within that organization. For example, the CEO of Entity A is an aggressive and ambitious businessman. He is very profit-driven, and from the performance perspective, all he is interested in is profits. This attitude of the CEO sets the tone which would filter down to the management team, as their bonuses and other performance evaluations would be related to profits only. The management team would in turn put pressure on junior staff to achieve results. As the CEO is not interested in how or why, the manner in which those profits and targets are achieved may occur by unethical or even fraudulent means. The air in this organization is likely to be tense and edgy. Staff are likely to be anxious to meet profit targets, and controls in such an environment would not exist, and where they do, they are not likely to be effective. Hence, the control environment of Entity A would be considered weak. So what would indicate a strong control environment? Firstly, there would be the existence of a code or ethical values that is not just communicated, but also enforced. The company must also be dedicated to hiring and developing competent and ethical individuals. While achieving a profit is the primary goal for most organizations, the manner in which this is achieved must be ethical. Thus, it is important for management to have a philosophy and operating style that demonstrates this. A good control environment would also have an appropriate organizational structure that clearly demonstrates the different levels of management and sets clear reporting lines. To recap, there are 5 components of internal controls. In this clip, we focused on the control environment component.